Hi artists. Today I am ready to take my weaving that I've woven for quite some time off of the loom. So I want to make sure it's tall enough, long enough to hold something. You don't want a little pouch like this. I have my phone, just checking. Yeah, it'll fit. The height is pretty good. You want to make sure you've woven halfway at least up your cardboard loom. So here's what we're going to do to get started. So all these little extra pieces I told you to leave hanging off, you could trim them if you like. I'm not trimming them too short. I really like them to stay inside. If you cut them too short, then I worry it'll fall apart. So I'm just trimming them so they're not too long. Okay, so that's the first thing you can do. Check the other side. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this end of my loom and I'm going to just gently pull these pieces off the notches on both sides. So I'm pulling, and it might bend your loom a little bit, that's okay. So you see, and then I can take these off. This is really fun taking it apart. All right, let's bend these just a couple more. I'm going to peel off that tape from the warp lines when I initially started. And then I'm just going to slightly tug this down. If you have trouble, you could kind of bend the loom because it's really snug in here. I'm bending it almost in half. And then I'm just going to slide my weaving down slowly. Don't worry if you think it's becoming a mess. It's going to be fine. Okay, I'm going to keep sliding. So I just squeeze it more. Okay, almost off. Okay, so then what you do is you take the paper strips out and you're going to go back to your long ends, these ends of your warp lines, and you're gently going to press your weaving down and pull. So I'm going to grab all the loops, press down on my weaving, and pull. What that's doing is it's pulling where the paper strips held it in place. And this is going to be the open end of my pouch. I have to find where this one was. Okay. All right, so I think I've got them, you can see, pretty much pulled up. Now these ones, your pouch is actually open now. So if I tried to, I could stick my hand through it. So what you're going to want to do is I take each loop across from each other and I tie it together, double knot, triple knot, whatever it takes. Okay, so I find the next two loops across from each other, tie it in a pretty nice double knot, triple knot. Okay, now that knot I might need to go back and tighten. I don't think I pulled that one quite as tight as I'd like. So then my pouch might have a little leakage, so I'd have to go and retie that. But we don't need to see that for the video. Okay, so you want pretty good knots. Now this end loop is a double and a single. This is the one where it was the odd number. Okay. So before I trim these white loops, you can go back and trim these. But I want to really make sure my pouch is good. So I'm going to gently flip it inside out like I talked about before. Pushing it out. This is really fun. I'll just tape from the other end. Okay, so now you see I have a pouch. Like I told you, it would look very neat once you flipped it inside out. I have these two end pieces that I could go back and flip it inside out and tie. I actually might tie this green and white one together just to end it. You can ask for my assistance or a grown-up to help you with those little end pieces. So if I really want to, I can go flip it back inside out, cut the white loops out. I wouldn't cut them too short to the edge. Like I said, I always like to leave an end just in case it unravels. So I might cut like to here, all right? So if you finish, perhaps you'd like to add some finishing items like buttons, or maybe you want to do a handle. I don't know, think of what maybe would look great to accessorize your pouch. But here is a finished pouch. All right, see you soon.